And I remember Guterres, the Secretary General of the United Nations, telling me, what will happen when Kenya defaults on its foreign obligations? You know, and I told him, I don't think it will happen. And he was really surprised that how we were going to manage. But by God's grace, we managed to tighten our belt. It was difficult, and we avoided a default. The result of that tightening our belt has given us results. It has given us results. Today, our inflation, which was at 9.6, is at 3.8. That's very good. Today, the dollar, which was going to 167, has been stable for the last 1 year at 129. The oil marketers who are chasing dollars all over the place and they couldn't find it. Today, our dollar reserves is the highest since the independence of this country. We have $10.3 billion, up from $6 billion. Today, the oil marketers, we have enough money to buy fuel for the next 6 months, even if nothing happens. We had to take the steps that we did in agriculture to try and rein in on that space so that we could better support production. And the way to support production was to organize the sector, provide some incentives, reduce the cost of fertilizer, manage the distribution of seeds, and by so doing, I can comfortably report to you that we have moved from producing between 40 and 45 million bags of maize, for example. Last year, we produced 65 million. And by God's grace, this year, we are targeting between 70 and 75 million. Right? That is why you've seen the price of unga come down from 240 to 160, 140, sometimes 120. It is the reason why you see our production of tea in terms of tonnage or kilos has gone up. Our earnings from tea has moved from 138 billion 2 years ago to 215 billion last year. The organization we have done around coffee, and I want to encourage you, areas where we can grow coffee. That's the crop of the future. And I have already provided 500 million shillings to Oparanya and the people in the cooperative space to provide seedlings. So I think Siaya should plug into that space. The price of coffee has moved from 60 shillings a kilo to 140, 150 shillings a kilo today. And it is because we kicked out the cartels in the coffee. You know, just imagine it was being controlled by a few people. The same person was the farmer, the same person was the miller, the same person was the broker, and the same person was buying the coffee at the exchange. We've since broken that cartel. And next month, you will see me at the Nairobi Coffee Exchange. I will be ringing the bell so that farmers at the fall of the hammer, when the coffee is sold at the exchange, same day the farmer gets their money. Just 6 months ago, farmers were waiting for 6 months. You deliver your coffee, you don't know it is milled by who, the broker is somebody else, you don't know. It is sold at the coffee exchange, you don't know when. So we have made that channel open and transparent. So farmers can follow their crop until it is sold, and they know it was sold for how much. We moved the production of sugar the other year from 495,000 metric tons to 815,000 metric tons. We've moved the earnings from sugar from 50 billion to 90 billion in 2 years. And it is because, again, you know very well that that sugar sector had been taken hostage by a few people. For 30 years, we are using public money to pay farmers, to pay workers. You know, you're going to pay sugarcane farmers using public taxes for cane they did not deliver to government. They delivered to some factory. You are paying for workers in a factory who don't work for the government. They work for the factory. How is it my business to go and pay workers of another person? But you know, it went on and on, you know, like this. And it was supposed to be okay. I said it is not okay. So when I was farm on Mumias, we leased the facility. Today in Mumias, farmers are paid every 7 days. Workers are paid like all workers. And last year, for the first time, farmers were paid bonus. Just like we pay bonus for tea farmers, we paid bonus for the first time in Mumias. Mark this space. We will be paying bonus in Zoya end of this year. We will be paying bonus in Mohoroni and Chemelil and Soni end of this year. We agreed that for us to leave no child behind, we need more teachers, because the biggest problem we have is, especially in rural areas, there were too few teachers. So we have now onboarded 76,000 teachers. We have another 24,000 by January this year. In fact, by January this year, 30% of all teachers will have been hired in 3 years. So that, you know, we take command of that space. We have also the student-centered funding model that looks at the ability of every student to learn. So it was necessary for us to organize that education sector. You know very well, whether it is the university in Bondo or the university in Maseno, they were struggling. If we have a vice chancellor here, they will tell you that the old funding model could have closed our universities. Because we lied to them. We told them we are going to give you 80% for every student, and we did not, because we didn't have money. We are now realistic. We are telling them, for students who come from vulnerable families, we are giving you 90% scholarship. The parents pay the balance. The student of Orengo and myself, we get 30% scholarship. We pay for the rest, and we give loan for the rest. I mean, it just makes sense. Because my child, I was paying 200,000 in a private school every term. I am being asked to pay 40,000 for a year in the university. Is that too much to ask, really? The housing levy is changing the landscape of our country. I was in Kisumu with Baba last week. Go to Lumumba in Kisumu and see. Just go to Lumumba. Just stand there and see. And those are only 2,400 units. I launched Lumumba in Kisumu 10 months ago. We now have 15 blocks that are on 9th floor going to 16th floor. 9th floor already in 10 months. Yeah? Anywhere, go to any town in Kenya, from Nairobi to Mombasa, to Mandera, to Wajir, to Eldoret, anywhere, any town. The largest housing estate today is affordable housing. We have 250,000 young people working. And that number is going to increase, can only increase. And we are using the same fund to do institutional housing, to do hostels for our children in TVETs and universities, to do markets, and it is transforming Kenya. Many people keep telling me, oh, you see, this man, mepeleka watoto wetu kwa mjengo, mbona asipeleke watoto yake kwa mjengo? Where are architects supposed to work? Quantity surveyors, what is their station of work? Artisans, electricians, masons, steel fixers. Are they going to fix the steel in the office? Say they have to go to the mjengo. I mean, surely. There is no other place for these people to work. You can go to the university and learn a degree, or go to a TVET and obtain a higher diploma or a diploma or whatever, a certificate, but it will be useless until you get to a mjengo. You know, that's the workstation for all these professionals. So I am very proud of what is happening in that space. Apart from hiring, giving an opportunity for people to work, we are transforming lives. We are giving people dignity. Our target in Siaya is, we have identified places to build 13,000 housing units. We already have the first site is the one I came and launched. We have now another 5 sites that we have advertised. And we have advertised a total of 4,000 units, 4,000 housing units in Siaya. We have advertised 1,000 units in Bondo. We have advertised in Ukwala. We have advertised in Ugenya. We have advertised in Ugunja. And we have advertised in Yala. Those are already advertised, a total of 4,000 units. And we're going to spend about 8 billion shillings to build those housing units. We have, in every constituency, we have identified at least one TVET, KMTC, or university. Just specifically, the university in Bondo, we are building hostels for 2,400 students in Bondo University, already advertised. We have another almost 3,500 hostel spaces in all the other TVETs, about 580 in some of the big TVETs. And we are going to spend, just in the construction of those hostels for our students in the university and in our TVETs, another 2.5 billion. Already they've been advertised, and we are moving on. We have also 16 markets in Siaya. We have 5 that are ongoing. We have 4 that have been advertised. And we have the big markets. We have a big market in Siaya town. We're going to have a big market in Bondo. We are going to have another big market in another 2 two major municipalities, which we are going to agree with the county government where. And we have committed in total about 2 billion shillings to do your markets. So a total of 16 markets, 4 large markets, or we are calling municipal markets, that will cost us anywhere around between 300 and 500 million, and another 12 markets that that are ESP markets. The other thing that I want to mention to you is our rural electrification program under my brother Opio here. He has 1.6 billion for CI at the moment. We are targeting at least 16,000 people, homesteads actually, not people, homesteads. We have another 550 million, which we are negotiating. Shortly, we will make that money available because we want to push the numbers to about 21,000 households. This is between now and early next year, and then we are negotiating additional resources from different sources. We have agreed with Waziri on how we are going to go about that. And then we just, as you are aware, we have had to look for alternative sources of raising money to do our roads. We have a good plan for the roads. I have asked Minister Davis to sit down with the governor and with the members of parliament so that we agree on the program, and Atandi is aware of what we want to do. We just provided in the last 3 months or 4 months, 1 billion shillings just to restart all the roads that were stalled. So we have paid many of the contractors that are stalled. They are coming back to work, but now in this budget, we are going to see how to make sure that there is some affirmative action on making sure that those roads are done. It was also necessary to look at the interventions in the blue economy, as I said when I was in Homa Bay. You know very well that we have 3 fish landing sites in Siaya. We have 1 that is operational. In fact, it's among the most successful, Luanda Kotieno. We have Wichlum, which we are working on. And we have, I think it is Usenge that we are working on. So, and we want to see, we did a PIA in Homa Bay. We believe that Usenge is a candidate for a peer. We are looking at what is the potential in the blue economy, and we want to work with you. I've already told Joho the plan on what we need to do. Fish cages is going to be the next horizon. We will be providing Siaya with fish cages and feed and whatever it is that is required. Joe is going to explain to you. So we needed to take care of that place. They have agreed with the World Bank that by August this year, we will complete the project. And even if there is a small delay, I am going to work so that we can get some extra window to make sure that we complete that project. Just for your information, phase 1 was to unlock about 3,000 acres. That is done. Phase 2 was to do 10,000 acres. That we are completing actually end of this month. And then the final phase is what James was talking about. We have already switched off the machines and we're now fully on gravity, because that's how to make these things sustainable. So we have completed the phases that were necessary. You will follow up with me so that we make sure that we realize the full potential of the Lower Nzoia irrigation project. So that I give you my assurance. The problem we have had with cotton is that farmers do not have a predictable off-taker of cotton. It is hodgepodge. Thika Mills, sometimes, I don't know, somebody from makwiny, I don't know somebody from where. So we have decided to work with Afri-Exim Bank, and they have agreed to invest initially 20 billion shillings in our cotton sector. So as a start, we have leased Rivertex to a partner of our Afri-Exim Bank. We have concluded the leasing program. We are going to hand over Rivertex to them end of this month. Them that they are going to invest in cotton infrastructure, including ginneries. So the ginnery Jim has mentioned in Siaya, I want to tell you that maybe the government of Kenya may not invest money, but we have now an investor who is going to do the ginnery in your county. So we are going to work together in that space, and we are going to make sure that cotton farming, I sent my team to Benin and to Togo, where Afri-Exim is doing that whole ecosystem of cotton. And it is amazing what is going on there. These are very small countries, but they are exporting maybe 15 times more than what we are doing in Kenya. So we have a real opportunity in cotton, and I just want to give you that assurance. And I will make sure that the ministry mainstreams Siaya, Busia, and all the other counties that formerly were cotton growing, all the way to Kisumu, and make sure that we get that space occupied properly. The peace and security of a nation is what underpins any development in a nation. And therefore, the stability of Kenya is paramount. Just because of the problems we had last year, our taxes, which normally grow at on average 6, 7, 8, 9%, for half of the year last year, it was growing at 4%. It is just from January this year that it went to 8, 9, and now we are at almost 10%. So instability destroys a nation. And that is why this broad-based government is God-sent. It is what we need to move Kenya forward. Because some of the decisions we are making are so difficult. For example, we would not have done the leasing of our sugar mills, something we have been trying since I was Minister for Higher Education, since I was Minister for Agriculture in 2009. But it became possible because of broad-based. Because there is nobody now to go and, but the characters who try to go and look for Baba to tell them, oh, you see, there is a problem. Baba told them, no, 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 no. Because we did it together. This year, we are at 90 billion. I am sure next year we will be at 120 billion. In 5 years, we will be getting as much money from sugar as we are getting from tea. And part of the reason why we have poverty in some areas is because if the cash crops that are supposed to be putting money in people's pockets are underperforming, then you end up with many people engaging in an enterprise that is not putting money in their pockets. It is the reason why sugarcane must put money in people's pocket, cotton, rice, and that's the reason why we are saying coffee, you know, so that we engage people in meaningful agriculture that is going to, James, you are right that we need to sort out agriculture so that we sort out the economy at the base. So that is important for us. And that is why I am saying this broad-based government is God-sent. It is the right thing. It is the instrument that is going to give us the political goodwill to carry some of the most transformative decisions